guys, it's Melanie. Happy Friday and welcome to another Friday Favorites and Flops. I hope you all had a really good week. I had a somewhat stressful week myself. Life in general is just a little bit stressful right now, and I am finding out that I am a major control freak. I knew that I had like some tendencies in that department, but it never really like hit me until this week that yeah, it's like a full-on case of being a control freak. For those of you that are new or newer to my channel, we did, well, we haven't officially purchased a house. We have a contingency offer on a new home, and we are currently in the process of selling ours. I'm gonna, at the end of this video, do an update on that. So for those of you that are interested in where we are in the process, that will be at the end of the video. So if you don't want to watch it, you can X out at that point. So, but other than the house stuff, things have actually been going pretty good. Otherwise, I am getting ready to ramp up work for March weddings. So that means that February will be spent finalizing all of my March weddings and, you know, going and picking out the flowers, putting them on order, picking up containers, doing all that kind of stuff. So I'm getting ready to be busy for the spring, which I think will be really good for me. So anyway, I have things that I want to show you, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. And as always, I link everything down below in the description box, so if you are curious about anything, you can check it out down there. If you want to read up on more reviews, which I always encourage you guys to do, go read up on other people's reviews on these products, because, you know, just because I like something doesn't necessarily make it the greatest thing ever. So do your research. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get started with something that was actually sent to me probably about 2 weeks ago now, and it is the Wow Skin Science Apple Cider Vinegar Shampoo and conditioner, but the conditioner is a organic virgin coconut oil and avocado oil and wheat protein conditioner. So these are the two products right here, and they also sent their Wow Science 10-in-1 Miracle Hair Revitalizer. So a company reached out and asked me if I wanted to try these. I get a lot of companies, especially companies that sell their products on Amazon, that want to send things for consideration. And I have to be honest in telling you guys that the vast majority of those items I don't accept, because A, sometimes it's just product overload for me, and B, a lot of this stuff I'm just not 100% sure about. I think that Amazon is a great place that you can find some amazing things on, but I think it's also a clearinghouse for not so great stuff sometimes. So, but these two really intrigued me. I did read up quite a bit about the company and, you know, read into the ingredients a little bit more, just to make sure that this was something that, you know, I would potentially even like. Because I hate trying stuff and then going back to the company and saying, yeah, this isn't so great. But anyway, I was really intrigued by this. Mostly I wanted to try this apple cider vinegar shampoo because I do like to use a clarifying, detoxifying shampoo at least once a week. And this one intrigued me because I have used apple cider vinegar in the past for a number of things, mostly like internally, so consuming it, and I've just found it to be really great for me personally. And I know that it can also be good for things like hair. So this particular shampoo is supposed to remove buildup, restore shine, and smoothness to the hair. It is supposed to help get all of those remaining styling products off of your scalp and out of your hair, so that your hair can grow and just be healthier in general. So they tell you to use this at most probably a couple times a week, and I did use it twice a week. You work it into your hair, leave it in there for a few minutes, and then rinse it out. And I really like this shampoo. I like this shampoo a lot. They do sell these as a set. It's $24.95 for the set, but I believe you can buy the shampoo separately. I would really recommend this shampoo if you are looking for a cruelty-free, slightly more natural detoxifying, clarifying shampoo that isn't going to dry your hair out and make it feel like straw. So I really like this. Now, the conditioner I like too, but I don't love it. I don't think this is something that I would personally repurchase for myself. I think it's a little bit too heavy for my fine, thin hair. It does put the hydration back into my hair, but I think that coconut oil does tend to be just a little bit too much for hair as fine and thin as mine. I used both of these products this morning and my hair feels really soft, but you know, I didn't put a lot of styling products in, but you can tell that my hair, you know, it definitely is not, it doesn't feel quite as light and bouncy as it normally does. So I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna use it mostly on my ends. I have definitely been working it into my scalp and all the way down to my ends, but I think I'm gonna reserve it for the ends of my hair. I think it's great for that. I just think for me it's a little bit too heavy for my root area. However, if you have thicker, curly, coarse type hair, you should probably give this a go. It's really a great hydrating conditioner. It smells good. It smells like coconut. It smells very tropical. And this doesn't smell like apple cider vinegar. It smells like apples, like fresh. It has a fresh apple scent to it. Now, last thing I want to mention just really quickly, this product here, you can see I've used a fair amount of it. I think this is too much for my hair. I think it's a little bit too heavy. I definitely prefer my Pureology Hair Perfector leave-in. This is supposed to have 10 benefits, so I think it's supposed to be along the same lines as the Pureology product, where it gives you a whole bunch of benefits like hydrating your hair, detangling your hair, providing smoothness, helping with static. Some of the other things that they say here, it's supposed to help you get stronger roots, less split ends, improved lipid barrier, visibly improve the texture, high luster, help hair fall control. So I'm thinking that maybe that means that your hair isn't supposed to like fall out as much. I'm thinking that's what they're trying to say here. Dandruff control. So it's supposed to be basically just a really nourishing spray to put into your hair and help protect your hair from styling it. So I think this is a good product, but for me personally, it's a little bit too heavy. Once again, I'm going to finish this bottle, but I think what I'm going to do going forward is just spray it on my ends versus spraying it throughout my entire hair. Now, I tried it several different ways where I used a lot of the product, a little bit of the product, and then in between. And really the best results came when I only used it from here down. It definitely helps my hair lay nice and flat. It helps with any like static or anything like that. Fine hair can get kind of staticky. But I think it's a good product. Once again, if you have dry, curly, more coarse type hair, I bet that you would actually really love this. The smell on this one, it doesn't really have a distinct fragrance. It just kind of smells like, I guess, what you would call ingredients. Like, I don't think that they really went out of their way to cover up the ingredients that are in here, which, by the way, a lot of the botanical extracts that they include are safflower, amia, horse chestnut, rosemary, tea tree, and lemon. Has vitamins A, B5, B7, E, and F. Yeah, so I think it's good, but I think it's probably better for those of you that have much thicker hair than probably what I do. But overall, good products. I would definitely recommend checking them out. Okay. I feel like I spent a lot of time on that, but let's move on to some skincare. For most of this week, I've been using this at night. This is the Ulla Henriksen Transform Sheer Transformation Perfecting Moisturizer. I forget how much I really enjoy this. I'm actually probably about half finished finally with this. I really like this moisturizer. Now, this does have some multi-fruit acids and antioxidants in it that are meant to help with surface cell turnover, and I really do notice that when I use this for several days in a row that my skin does look a lot fresher and just feels smoother. If you've never tried this and you have a very similar skin type to me, which is extremely oily, or if you're combination or just regular oily skin, I think this is one checking out because it's not too heavy for us. If you are someone who has extremely dry skin, you'll probably want to use something else in conjunction with this, maybe like a facial oil. I don't think it would be enough moisture for you, but for those of you in the oily skin department like me, this is great. And I've been using more of this multivitamin thermofoliant from Dermalogica this week. This is from their Age Smart line. I really like this. It warms up just ever so slightly on the skin, and then it just provides some really nice, gentle, super gentle exfoliation. If you do not like physical or manual exfoliants, this is not the product for you, but if you are okay with that, this is really nice and I've really enjoyed it. So I will link that down below. Perfume. Okay, so you guys know that I've mentioned this multiple times. It's the Ombre Marquis Eau de Toilette from Bastide. A lot of you have ordered the samples that are available on the Bastide website. And, sorry, Stella and I have been dealing with a little bit of a cold this week. But anyway, a lot of you ordered the samples, so I'm curious to see what you think of this smell. It is honestly, it's one of my favorite smells in the world now. And I went back on Octoly and I totally applied to be able to review another one of their fragrances for you guys, and they approved it, and I was like, I'm so excited because this is the other fragrance that I really wanted to try. This is the Rose Olivier, again from Bastide. I will link this down below. This is part of the perfume sample that they have available on their website. Oh, you guys, I love this. And you know what I love most about this one is that you can actually pair it with the Ombre Marquis, so you can like mix these together and it makes the most heavenly combination. Let's just talk about this one by itself for a second. I want to read you guys the notes. So there is crisp olive leaf in here, lush pink peony, soft cashmere woods, and really truly like you get a really beautiful green note in here. There is like a freshness to this, but that rose really does come through as the fragrance starts to dry down a little bit. And then there is a slight, almost woodsy, musky type note to this, but not as masculine as is in here. But what I love doing with these is layering them. Yep. These two belong together. Oh man, that is good. This just warms this up ever so slightly to make it even more comforting, and just, it's just a beautiful combination. If you have the samples, try these two together. And I love the packaging, you guys. It's so simple and so pretty. Here, let's put the lids on. I love the packaging, and these wear so long on me. Now with fragrance, obviously, things wear differently on different people. For me, when I spray this on in the morning, I can still smell it later on in the afternoon. I will sometimes, I know this is probably obnoxious to some people at the gym, but I will spray myself a little bit before I go to the gym because I just don't trust my natural deodorants to always get it done. But these are not overpowering. They are an eau de toilette, so they are meant to be a little bit lighter, and I certainly don't douse myself, especially before going to the gym, but beautiful. The Rose Olivier, I'm telling you, these are expensive, but they are worth every penny. Just such a beautiful high-end fragrance. These are definitely more of a niche type fragrance. These are not, this is not a line that you're gonna find in Sephora necessarily, so getting that little sampler from them to start with is a great way to start. And then you can really see whether the wear and the fragrance overall is worth it to you to purchase the full size, because they are a little bit more spendy. But I can tell you for myself personally, both of these, when I finish them, I will repurchase these in a heartbeat. They're beautiful, so beautiful. Okay. Makeup. I'm gonna start plowing through this stuff really quickly. This week, what I have worn on my eyes, just because I packed a lot of things away already, you're gonna be seeing some of the same things over and over again for the next few months. But the Buxom Suede Seductions palette, this is beautiful. I love these Buxom eyeshadows. I know that you can make your own eyeshadow palette. And actually these do come out, so you know, you can just reuse the same thing and just get new eyeshadows to pop in here. But oh my gosh, these are just beautiful. What I've been doing is putting this on my lid and a combination of these two things in my crease. These two things. Okay, so let's give you guys the names. Trendsetter and Social Scene I've been putting in my crease. And then Invite Only, this guy right here, is what I've been putting on my lid, and I love it. And then I use the Hot or Yachty. They're great with the puns here at Buxom. But I use that to do like my liner along my lash line. Love it. These wear all day. They're so beautiful. I use an eyeshadow primer because I have to, but these just apply absolutely perfectly. I have no complaints. I'm so glad that I have this. It's literally the most boring eyeshadow palette ever. I will admit to that, but it is great for every day. I don't have to think about this. My eyes look polished. Everything looks pretty. It's great for every day. If you are like in an office setting and you need something that you don't have to think about, this is one of those palettes. Okay, let's talk some lip products. I have 3 I've been going to this week. The first is Madeira from the Bite Beauty High Pigment Lip Pencil line. I do believe that these are on clearance at Sephora, so I will link them on the sales section at Sephora. This is the most beautiful nude. I love it. I'm actually kind of sad they're discontinuing it because I love this shade of nude. This is like a pinky nude here. And this is really easy for me to just like pop on. It wears a good amount of time. I don't know why they're discontinuing these because they have some beautiful colors in the line, but they also just wear extremely well without being overly drying. Beautiful. Another color that I've been wearing this week is the Melanie Mauve, and this is Mon Ami from Stila. This is the Nificent lipstick line. And I did get this in a set with a liner. You guys, this color is so pretty. I kind of wish that I was wearing it today, but I was feeling a supernatural lip along with my supernatural eyes, but this is so pretty. If you've never tried these out, they're a really comfortable matte lipstick, and you guys know I'm not a liquid lipstick girl, but this is almost like a liquid lipstick in that it stays put for a very long period of time, but this is actually really comfortable. I don't think that liquid lipsticks are comfortable. I know a lot of people love them. I cannot deal with that. They make my lips look terrible, so. And then one last thing, and this is all that I have on my lips right now, is the Smith Tropical Ambrosia Balm, and it is in the little tub. This is a limited edition. I need to buy a backup of this. It's gonna take me forever to get through this, but I love these Smith's balms. I think they're perfect. I just stick my lips in there. The Tropical Ambrosia, really, there's no way to describe it other than it's tropical ambrosia. It's a mix of coconut and mango and just fruity coconutty goodness. I love it. If you love the other balms from Smith's, you should give this one a go. And then one last thing that I want to mention. I have been trying, I'm not wearing this today because again, I was going for like super crazy natural, but I've been trying out this Wander Beauty On The Glow blush and highlighting duo here. So there's a highlighter on this end. I haven't really played around much with this. You guys know I'm not the biggest highlighter queen, but this blush over here, this is the shade Coral Rose. You guys, this is so pretty. And what's awesome about this is, so I will do my powder foundation and then I just tap a little bit of this onto my cheeks, and then I just sort of like, I guess a combination of pat and like rub in, but really lightly so that I'm not moving my powder foundation around. This wears extremely well on my oily skin. I was actually really impressed by the wear of this. Cream blush sticks are still not my favorite formula, but this one I've actually been pretty impressed with. It wore a good chunk of the day. It didn't make my skin look overly oily or greasy, and this shade is perfect for the upcoming like spring summer season. So let me blend it out a little bit so you can get a better sense of what the blush actually looks like. So it's just this really pretty like coral glow that is very soft looking. It didn't accentuate my pores at all. It didn't clog my pores. Those are kind of the things that I typically think about with a cream blush is like, ugh, it's just gonna like clog that whole area and I'm gonna get blackheads again. No, it didn't feel that way on my skin at all. And I was able to put it over my powder foundation without disrupting the powder foundation at all. This is just a really nice formula. So if you've never tried these, Wander Beauty I think is a great line. They have a lot of really wonderful things. Their mascara, their unlashed mascara is wonderful. It's no Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir, but it's wonderful. So if you've never tried anything from them, check out Wander Beauty. They're available at Sephora. I'll link this down below and look at some of their other items as well. There we go. Okay, I have a couple more videos I'm gonna try to get done today to get a little bit ahead. And then I have to go back to tidying up my house. Oh, I wanted to give you guys an update. Okay, so for those of you who are leaving, bye. We have not sold our house yet. It's been on the market now for, today is day 6. As I'm recording this video, it's day 6. Yes. We put it on the market last Friday and today is Thursday. So, it has not sold and everybody's really surprised that it hasn't sold. And quite frankly, we were really surprised too because we've had multiple private showings. We have had 2 open houses. We actually also had a broker's open house on Tuesday of this week. So the realtors are working really hard to help us unload this house because we only have until February 15th to get this place sold. That is the contingency offer that we have on the other house. So if it's not sold by February 15th, we lose the house that we put the offer in on. She will put it back on the market and somebody else will have an opportunity to snag it, which makes me really anxious and really sad because I love the house. It's beautiful inside and out. It is my dream house. But I'm trying to remember that if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. I will, you know, there's potential for me to have to let go of it. And if our house doesn't sell, then there's nothing I can do. We do need the money from the sale of this house to put down on the other house. Otherwise, we can't buy it. So that's a big contingency. We have talked with our realtor and we have a new strategy where we lowered the price of our house way more than Craig and I were comfortable with, but the idea is to bring more people in and potentially have a bidding war. So I don't know. This is really stressful. It's also stressful to constantly have to keep the house tip-top clean. And that's hard with a 5, almost 6-year-old to do. It is hard to constantly leave the house and to take the dog and you know, to stress out the cat while people are walking through the house. You know, it's really a stressful process, way more stressful than I thought it would be. And Craig and I are kind of like, I think on the same page that if our house doesn't sell and we lose the other one, I think I'm gonna have to take a break from looking for new houses for a little bit here because my gut can't take the anxiety and the stress. And like I mentioned, I'm kind of a control freak and it really bothers me that I don't have any control over this situation. Like, I can't make people buy our house. We have a really beautiful house and there's amazing feedback on it, but it is a very, it's kind of an expensive house for our neighborhood, I will say. So that is something that is really working against us. We put in a lot of high-end finishes in here, and unfortunately, we probably overdid it when we remodeled for the area that we live in. So let that be a lesson to you. If you're planning on remodeling your house, make sure that you, if you're going to sell it, if you have an intention of selling it, to not overdo it because you won't necessarily get that money back, if that makes sense. So anyway, I should go. I've been talking a long time. Thank you guys so much for watching and for your continued support of my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.